Today we'll be talking on one very useful topic we call as a nocturia. This is usually asked as a short note and you will come across many conditions which produces nocturia. Nocturia is also called as nocturnal polydicea, polyuria. Nocturia means excessive urination at night. Or you can call increased frequency at night more than 3 times per day. So if a person is to wake up for more than 3 times during night, it is called as a nocturia. The other way of defining nocturia is if the person is to wake up at night to urinate, with each voiding episode, it is preceded and followed by sleep. And if it is more than 2 times during night, it is called as a nocturia. While nocturnal polyuria is called nighttime urine production, more than 20% of total urine output for young adults and more than 33% of older adults. So if the urine output increases during night, it is called as a nocturnal polyuria. If we look at the etiology, the most common etiology is BPH, prostatitis, CA prostate, overactive bladder, pelvic inflammatory disease, UTI like cystitis, urethritis, pyelonephritis, polyuria, diabetes mellitus, diabetes insipidus, person who is on diuretics, polydicea, even in case of a CKD, salt diuresis or salt uresis we call, calciuresis if there is an hypercalcemia and there is increased calcium in urine, we call calciuria and that can produce increased urine output, and nocturia, old age, anxiety, volume overload like CHF, generalized anasarca, edema, multiple sclerosis, Parkinsonism, cord compression, excessive IV fluids, excessive salt intake, glycosuria, even during pregnancy. We can divide nocturia into 3 categories. We call it a nocturnal polyuria, or we can call low bladder capacity or diminished global or low nocturnal bladder capacity, and we call it as a global polyuria. Meaning of global polyuria means the person will pass adequate or more quantity of urine during night as well as daytime. And classical example of that is primary polydicea, diabetes insipidus, diabetes mellitus. While there are a lot of causes for nocturnal polyuria, which will not have polyuria during daytime, it is excessive nighttime fluid intake, peripheral edema like congestive heart failure, obstructive sleep apnea, diabetes mellitus. And person with a low bladder capacity or a low nocturnal bladder capacity, example like ureteric calculi, bladder calculi, anxiety, voiding disorders, CA bladder, prostate, urethral disorders, neurogenic bladder, particularly upper motor neuron variety, nocturnal detrusal overactivity, and prostatic obstruction. The commonest cause of nocturia is BPH, overactive bladder, sleep disturbances. Nocturia may be very common because of nocturnal polyuria, which can be also divided into overconsumption, example like environmental behavioral disorders, dysogenic diabetes insipidus, diabetes mellitus, overdiuresis like third space fluid reabsorption and fluid shift, medication like diuretics, sleep disorders like OSA, apnea, congestive heart failure, renal conditions, diabetes mellitus, or too little antidiuretic actions like circadian defects of secretion or action of vasopressin, renal conditions, like CKD, cerebrovascular damage, central diabetes insipidus and nephrogenic diabetes insipidus. If you go through the epidemiology, 1 in 2 adults over more than 50 years age is affected by nocturia. If you go through the pathophysiology, most common cause is because of excessive urine output like polyuria, or because of irritation of tricon like UTI, irritation of urethra in case of UTI, particularly urethritis, obstruction overflow, classical example BPH, polydipsia, increased intake, increased urine output, or there is a hypervolumic condition like congestive heart failure or generalized anasarca and fluid overload, excessive sodium, calcium or glucose in urine which will produce salt diuresis, and person will have increased urine output, because of that increased frequency during night and nocturia. Even in case of obstructive overactive bladder, neurogenic bladder, person can have a nocturia. Clinical presentation wise, classical symptom, that is excessive urination more than 3 times during night with or without increased quantity of urine. If it is with increased quantity of urine, we call that as a nocturnal polyuria. It can be very common because of a global polyuria. So person will be passing urine output more than 40 ml per kilogram per day. This will have urine frequency both during day and night. And the most common cause of global polyuria is diabetes mellitus, diabetes insipidus and polydipsia, which can be dipsogenic or psychogenic. Because of nocturia, person will have early morning fatigue, will feel sleepy during daytime, will have insomnia, because of which person will have effect on quality of life, will also have effect on sleep efficiency, sleep latency and insomnia, because of which during night he can have a chance of fall, and because of fall fractures are very common, fracture of fracture necks of femur and fracture hips, even very likely to get a head injury and which can be sometimes fatal. Person will very frequently have depression as a common cause for nocturia, decreased work efficiency because of person is having incomplete sleep and sleep disturbances, or during daytime working hours person will not be able to give a complete output and he will have a decreased work efficiency. Any person who comes to with a nocturia, you have a very nice approach. This is called a flow chart, where person you will have to take a frequency and a volume chart. If person has got a low nocturnal or global bladder capacity, which will have increased frequency but the volume of urine will be less, you look for urological causes like prostatic obstruction, nocturnal detrusal activity, overactivity like overactive bladder, neurogenic bladder, bladder cancer, drugs and bladder calculi or urethral calculi. For this, the most important test is the abdominal ultrasound and urine analysis. In case of a nocturnal polyuria, where the urine output is more than 33% of the total output during day, you always think of few conditions like congestive heart failure, where you will have a symptom signs like abdominal distension because of ascites, hepatomegaly, lower limb edema, JVP will be elevated, hepatojugular reflux will be positive, and person will complain of dyspnea, and person will have a cardiomegaly, which can be investigated by X-ray chest, ECG and echocardiogram. The second condition, which is very common, which will produce nocturnal polyuria, is diabetes mellitus, where urine sugar examination, blood sugar examination and HbA1c will give an idea. If there is an excessive fluid intake, it will be identified by taking a good history. In case of obstructive sleep apnea, the person will give a history or relative will give a history of snoring, obesity, short neck, and you can diagnose by doing a polysomnography and sleep studies. If the person has got a peripheral edema due to venous disorders or because of other condition like hypoproteinemia, person can have little increased frequency during night. If person is having a polyuria where 24 hours urine volume is more than 40 ml per kilogram per day, subject him for a overnight water deprivation test. In a water deprivation test, if a urine osmolality becomes more than 800 milliosmol per kilogram, think of a primary polydipsia. And if the urine osmolality remains less than 800 milliosmol per kilogram, think of what we call as a nephrogenic diabetes insipidus, where you will have a renal concentration capacity will be abnormal, and in case of a central diabetes insipidus, renal capacity will be maintained and person will have a concentrating ability. This is the way you approach to a nocturia. If there is a mixed picture, then always think in terms of individual nocturia category. When you make the diagnosis of nocturia, now for management, you will have to go for a conservative approach. You will have to restrict the fluid intake 4 hours before bedtime. Person will have to use compressive lower extremity stockings if the person has got a venous edema or generalized anasarca. Administration of diuretics in the mid-afternoon for edematous stage. It should not be given late in the evening. Antidiuretic therapy at the bedtime, desmopressin, will be very useful if the person is suspected to have a central diabetes insipidus. In an obstructive sleep apnea, CPAP will help to reduce the obstructive sleep apnea pattern. And in a case of other disorders like bladder outlet obstruction, alpha blockers or surgery like TURP will be helpful. And in a case of an overactive bladder, antimuscarinic drugs will be helpful. The most common conditions which you come across is BPH, where alpha blockers and other drugs will be helpful. In overactive bladder, antimuscarinic agents will be helpful. In a sleep disorders, you will have to treat by sleep clinics, and in a case of a OSA by CPAP, and in a case of a nocturia due to nocturnal polyuria, you will treat by depending upon the condition. Say as for example, if it is because of diabetes mellitus, treatment of diabetes mellitus, and if it is because of diabetes insipidus, we will have to treat depending upon central or nephrogenic. Desmopressin is one of the drug which is very commonly utilized in a diabetes insipidus, particularly central variety, but when it is given for a longer period, always keep it in mind the side effects like hyponatremia. A person who is having a polyuria, the most common person will face reduced quality of life, poor mental health, reduced work productivity or the quality of work, what it can give. There will be increased fall and fractures, head injuries, and because of that, the chances of increased mortality. In a short-term consequences, increased daytime sleepiness, reduced daytime energy, long reaction time, reduced psychomotor performance, decreased concentration, memory and cognitive function, poor mood. The person can develop long-term complications or consequences we call as a depression, susceptibility to somatic disorders, risk of cardiovascular disease, and even when the person is driving a vehicle, particularly car or a scooter, the chances of accidental injuries. And person can have a sleep disorders which can have other effects. Here I end my lecture. Thank you.